Hello, everyone. I hope your summer is off to a great start. I wanted to come out on this most beautiful day. The sun is shining brightly. The birds are chirping. There may be a little glare, but that's okay. It's so beautiful. I thought it's a great time to come out and tell you we will be relaunching the Adventures of Rush Revere series, time travel adventures with exceptional Americans. Of course, in honor of Rush and also in honor of the 250th birthday of the most miraculous country on earth, a country we are all so proud of. We are so proud of our founding. We are so proud of our founding fathers. And that's really what this book series is all about, the founding of our country, the exceptional Americans that wrote the documents that we all cherish today, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. But before I talk a little bit about the series, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your letters and emails and memories and photos and everything that you did to show me how much you were missing Rush. Our family is deeply, deeply grateful. I remember so vividly walking out to the gates and seeing the outpouring of flowers and hats from all of you. You made such a difference on some of the most difficult days. Our family will always consider you a part of our extended family. We don't have enough words. I know thank you is really not good enough, but it's the best I can do right now. Just know that you are a huge part of our lives. You were such a part of Rush's life. Every day when he got to get up and go to the radio station and be behind the golden mic and talk to you, it meant a world to him. He was so connected to all of you. He loved you deeply. And I know if he were here right now, he would tell us all, no matter what you're going through in your life, you can always, always find the good. The best days are always ahead. And of course, he would say to us right now, it is never time to panic. It will never be time to panic, and it isn't time to panic. The best days are always ahead. He also would be saying, get back to the book series, Kathryn. He called me Katie, so get back to the book series, Katie. So I will do exactly that. Rush set out on a mission some years ago to fix a problem that he thought was out there in American schools. He thought there was a real void for accurate, patriotic American history. And he wanted to make American history not only accurate and true, but also fun. He knew that if young readers were going to want to pick up these books and were going to want to be a part of the adventures, they had to be fun and engaging. He didn't want young people to just memorize dates and facts and names for an upcoming test. He wanted young readers to know why our country is so incredibly miraculous and have that carry throughout their entire lives as they became adults, to remember some of the things that they learned back when they read the Rush Revere series. So he started out with one book, Rush Revere and the Brave Pilgrims, with Rush Revere, American history substitute teacher, his sidekick, Liberty the horse, a very funny, witty, sarcastic horse that, of course, is a fan favorite, who also had the ability to talk, crack jokes, talk about snacks and food all of the time, and time travel. So Liberty the horse is really the vehicle to why young readers can go back in time. Of course, Rush being Rush was not satisfied with just one New York Times #1 bestseller. He ended up writing 5 total #1 New York Times best-selling books for young readers, of course, in large part to all of you. These books were originally set for the 5th grade reading level, a little bit younger, a little bit older, but we ended up hearing from hundreds of thousands of people that they were enjoying the books at much younger ages and at much older ages. We heard from a lot of parents who said they are getting such a kick out of reading these books because not only can they experience the adventures with their young sons and daughters, but also, or grandkids, but also they could remember some of the key events in our American history and relearn it themselves. So on the first adventure, Rush Revere and the Brave Pilgrims, Rush Revere, Liberty, and a crew of young middle schoolers go back to the Mayflower. And not only are they there to memorize the name Mayflower, they also are there to experience the voyage. They are there when the Mayflower crosses the very rough waters to the country that we all know today as the United States of America. And while they're on the Mayflower, they get into a lot of mischief. They have a lot of fun. So young readers are able to learn about the people who were on the Mayflower, but also experience what it was like to not have the modern day technology that we all do today. They didn't have Instagram and Snapchat and social media then. They didn't have iPhones. Unfortunately, Rush would have liked if they had iPhones, as all of you know, but they didn't have iPhones back then during the crossing of the Mayflower. So this is the first book in the series. It goes straight to Rush Revere and the first Patriots, of course, talking about what is shown here in a beautiful illustration, the Boston Tea Party and everything surrounding the Boston Tea Party. Again, young readers are able to go right to this key event and be a part of it. As you see here, Rush Revere is throwing out some tea, or possibly rescuing some tea, but here he is right there back in time with a tricorn hat and all. Goes to Rush Revere and the American Revolution, capturing, of course, Rush Revere and Liberty, just like Paul Revere. They're riding through the streets. Going through to Rush Revere and the Star-Spangled Banner, talking about why the Star-Spangled Banner means so much to all of us. I'm sure you're the same. When you hear our anthem, you stand up proudly. You have goosebumps. Rush often talked about that. He would get goosebumps every time he heard the anthem, and I know many of us are the same. If any of you watched the World Cup last night and the great U.S. soccer team winning that game against Paraguay, it was incredible to hear the entire crowd singing the Star-Spangled Banner and standing proudly with their hands over their hearts, as it should be. Leading, of course, to the 5th book, Rush Revere and the Presidency, talking about George Washington, the first president of the United States, and everything that led up to that presidency. The great part about these books, as Rush often talked about, young readers can go right to these incredible events, but also they can meet exceptional Americans. They can talk to Ben Franklin. They can talk to Abigail Adams. They can talk to George Washington, and they can experience what that was like, what they were thinking then when they were putting together what we now know as the United States of America, when they were writing the Constitution and Bill of Rights. So young readers get to experience all of that in a way that is very unique to this series. Also, we can't forget Liberty the horse is always cracking jokes. As you see here, he's found himself in an adventure of jumping in a bucket and pail of water, which also makes young readers laugh. The illustrations are beautiful. The pages are beautiful paper that feel like an adventure. Rush chose all of that because he wanted the quality of the books to be great, and he wanted them to be able to last for a very long time, so they certainly do that. I encourage you to look for the books again. We would love to get them back into hundreds and thousands and millions of young readers' hands so that they can know why our country is so great and a place to be very proud of. The books should be available at retailers nationwide now. Anywhere that you shop for books normally, they should be there. And lastly, I should say that this really isn't about selling books, and it never was for Rush. In fact, the majority of proceeds are going to go to incredible organizations that we support, like the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation. You likely remember Rush talking a lot about the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation. It is a tremendous organization that I am a part of now that provides scholarships to the children of fallen heroes. And of course, we love our United States military, the greatest fighting force for peace in the world. We want to support their families, especially in times of such tremendous loss. So that is one of the organizations that this book series will be continuing to help, as well as many others that share our same values, and I know share the values that all of you care about and hold near and dear to your heart. So please look out for the Rush Revere series. Let's get them back into full circulation. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being there for me, for us, for Rush. We will always be grateful. You will always be a part of our extended family.